Are you following what is happening now in the north of Gaza Strip? What is happening in Jabalia town, Jabalia refugee camp, in Beit Lahia, in Beit Hanun? What is happening in these places? Have you heard about these names during the past 2 weeks? Because it's almost 2 weeks since the Israeli army started the ground invasion and the siege of the north of Gaza Strip, where hundreds of thousands of people are still besieged, starved, without any hospitals, without any shelters, without any safe places. Like, before talking about the north of Gaza Strip, I'd like really to talk to you about the geography of Gaza Strip. Okay, so Gaza Strip is a very crowded, small piece of land. The area is about 360 square kilometers, and it's actually divided into 5 governorates. We have the north of Gaza Strip, we have Gaza City, then we have the middle area, Khan Yunis and Rafah. Okay, this is how we divide our strip. But last year, the Israeli army, when they started their genocide, they divided the strip to 2 parts, only 2 parts, based on Gaza Valley. Okay, to the north of the valley and to the south of the valley, about 50% north, 50% south. And since the first day, the Israeli army is trying very hard, crucially, in all ways, to empty the north of Gaza Strip of the population. That's why the population before the genocide was 1.1 million people in the north, and now it's between 300,000 to 400,000. Okay, Hala, this is not the thing. The north of the valley is the 2 governorates, the north of Gaza and Gaza City. The north of Gaza is almost an agricultural area. Basic, very crowded, with basic and simple infrastructure towns. Beit Hanun, Beit Lahia, Jabalia, in the borders between the north and Gaza City. That's it. Okay, that's it. Why people are living there? Because they have their lands there, they have their homes, or even the rubble of the homes there. They have some lands to plant there. Okay? That's why they have the full right to stay in their homes. That's why they are still sitting in the north. Now, 2 weeks ago, the Israeli army groundly invaded the north of Gaza Strip and totally separated the ways between the north and Gaza City. And they told people, as it is like this, okay? This notification reached some international workers, has updates of what is happening on ground in Gaza, that the Israeli army told people of Jabalia to evacuate only to the south. They cannot even evacuate Jabalia to Beit Lahia, or Jabalia to Beit Hanun, or Jabalia to the east of Gaza City. No, only to the south. You are supposed to leave or to be sieged, killed, bombed, starved. They told people that if you didn't evacuate to the south, or if you took any other road, you will be in risk. And this is the translation of this notification. So it's literally ethnic cleansing. Like, for 2 weeks, they bombed schools. They bombed Abu Hussein school. Like, the same day when they notified people to evacuate, to make the people feel that the Israeli army is a serious killer. Okay, they bombed Abu Hussein school. Abu Hussein school is where hundreds or thousands of people lost their homes, lost their lives, lost parts of their families, and then are sheltering now in this school. About 30 people were killed in that bombing. Not only this, Al-Auda, Kamal Adwan, Al-Indonesi hospitals are either near to Jabalia or in Jabalia, and they are all out of service. Daily out of service. People are killed in the ICU. People are not allowed to flee to any other hospitals. No electricity, no fuel, no food, no medicines for the whole people. And what makes it's insane and really scary that Jabalia is very, very small and crowded area. Do you know that Jabalia, the town, the market, the agricultural areas and everything is about 25 square kilometers only. And the camp, Jabalia refugee camp, that was built in 1948 is only 1.4 square kilometers. 1.4. With a population of 100,000 people. That's really scary. You cannot think, you can imagine how Israel now is committing this genocide, and how do they tell the people and sell this cheap propaganda telling that we are launching a military operations against Jabalia. Jabalia is really small. The camp is really small, crowded, full of schools, hospitals, clinics, streets. In the normal days before the genocide, if you entered Jabalia to go, from Jabalia roads to go to Bet Hanun or Bet Lahia, you will lose at least an hour of your day. Because it's crowded, it's full of people, schools and crowded areas. You know, the refugee camps. And Israel is yet telling the people that they are killing hundreds of thousands of terrorists in Jabalia and in the north. People are so simple, so tired, so sick, starved, so scary. And you know, Israel cut the internet connections and the cellular connections from the camp. They want to kill people silently. Aslan, if not silently, if we know about everything Israel is doing, what are we going to do? Nothing. We kept saying, keep your eyes on Rafah, keep your eyes on Rafah back in April. Now we are about entering November, and Rafah is evacuated, is flattened, is leveled, all of Rafah, and people of Rafah are displaced in the most area, in tents. You kept saying eyes on Rafah, eyes on Rafah. Saying eyes on Jabalia will do nothing. Will do nothing. Because Israel is not afraid of you telling them that Israelis, you are terrorists, you are killers, you are stealing the lands and the homes. Because they are doing all of this on front of the cameras, like live. The day before yesterday, I called a neighbor. Okay, a neighbor for me in Bet Hanun. Okay, and I was like, how are you and everything? And he told me, I can't imagine, I can't bear talking, I can't think, I can't remember what happened, I can't just review my thoughts and my memories about what happened. When he was escaping with his family, a missile was dropped on them. The Israeli army bombed them while they were evacuating from Bet Hanun. Then he lost his first son. He was killed. We know that son. We know him. He was my neighbor. He was killed. Then the second son, the younger one, a lot of shrapnels, like small shrapnels, like about 20 to 30 small shrapnels are all over his body. And he said that I carried him. I couldn't reach any hospital. I sat in a school. I got displaced in a school. And then I tried so hard to find anyone to have any medical treatment, any nurse, anyone. I found one, a displaced old nurse in the school. I got to call her to come to the class. Then the quadcopter started chasing us in the corridors of the school. What is the quadcopter? It's a small drone that can shoot, bomb, tell you what to do, call you by your name, record you, anything. Okay, it's the quadcopter. It's a new Israeli tool. You know, they're artists when it comes to killing people. And like, the whole school cannot move. The whole school. Schools are the only shelters for people now in the north, in the south, everywhere. And they're like, the Israeli quadcopters prevented us from moving between classes. If I wanted to go to bathroom, if I wanted to go to another class, I couldn't. I just can't. And at the same time, after all of this, that it's still happening right now. Everyone is dying. Everyone is dying. People are starved. People are thirsty. 3 days ago, you know, my cousin got killed when he was distributing water to people because people have been thirsty for days. Allah yarhamu. All of this is still happening. These massacres are still committed. No one is doing anything. No one is stopping arming Israel. No one is cutting their diplomatic or political ties with Israel. No one is besieging Israel economically. No one is doing anything. You know, no one is doing anything. And the Israelis are marching and celebrating on the borders of Gaza Strip after tomorrow, on the 21st of October. Why? Because they are celebrating that Israel is now back to build the settlements in Gaza Strip. They are now celebrating that they have the first settlement in Gaza Strip. People have been killed for 2 weeks and a year before, and everyone is silent. Everyone is silent. This is the real genocide. What is happening from the beginning of the genocide until the 6th of October is a thing. What is happening since the 6th of October, I mean the beginning of the ground invasion of the North of Gaza Strip until now, is another thing. This is a genocide. This is the last emptying to the North of Gaza Strip. And I'm not actually wondering, and I'm not surprised that the Israeli army and the Israelis in general in this time are announcing the first settlement in Gaza Strip, of course in the north of Gaza, because it's emptied from their people, from its people. Palestine is Palestinian from the river to the sea. Gaza is for Gazans. The world is a criminal because you're silent. You're witnessing all of this, and just pretend that nothing is happening and pretend that this will end as everything before ended, and Gaza will stay resisting and it will be good and everything will end. And it's not a normal thing. 500 people have been killed during the past 2 weeks. And how? They have been bleeding in the streets. They were killed after bombing a hospital, Yemen Said, twice in Jabalia. They were killed after bombing schools where they were sheltering, where it's supposed to be safe. They were killed after trying to help some injured people in the street. They were killed after trying to go to find food, water, medicine. They were killed sleeping. What is happening now in the north is a crime, a full crime. And for me, it's Uqsim Billah, it's the edge of the entire humanity. It's the final, the final test, okay? The final test for humanity. What is happening now in the north of Gaza Strip. If no one moved, then no one will ever move. If the shelters are not safe, if the hospitals are not safe, if the places that they ground invaded several times and killed people in the streets several times and have done everything like this several times, and now they're returning to it, killing any hope for people to stay safe, to sleep one night like comfortably. That means that these criminals do not want to stop this genocide. Okay, they do not want to stop this genocide. They're trying to empty the north of Gaza Strip, to take it over. What is happening right now is just more and more war crimes. But believe me, it's the final test for the humanity. If the humanity failed the Palestinians and the people of Jabalia, Beit Hanun, Beit Lahia, more right now, that means that al-alam as-salam. Tamam? Al-alam as-salam. Just don't blame anyone if he is or she is killing anyone or stealing the lands of anyone else. Because khalas, you approved it for Israel. What else we need to tell you to move or to do anything? Actually, this is not to tell you to move. This is only for documentation. One day you will just watch all of these. I don't know if we will be like alive or not, but this is what Israel is doing and has done.